Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, 54-year-old St. Catherine man charged for overseas employment scam. The Kingston Central Police have charged a 54-year-old St. Catherine man for allegedly defrauding another man in an overseas employment scam. Sales clerk Donald Cameron of Lakespen has been charged with obtaining money by false pretense. The incident occurred on Princess Street in Kingston in 2023. According to police reports, Cameron introduced a man to an agency regarding employment in the United States. Cameron then instructed the man to pay a total of $280,000, which he paid in cash without receiving a receipt, according to the police. After several failed attempts to obtain paperwork from Cameron, the man requested a refund. Cameron then promised to return the money, which to date has not been repaid to the complainant. A report was made to the police and an investigation ensued. On Monday, February 10, detectives made a breakthrough in the case, and Cameron was apprehended and subsequently charged with the offense. His court date is being finalized. Opposition threatens a court action against the Portmore parish status. The parliamentary opposition has threatened to petition the courts to challenge the bill to make Portmore a parish. The governing Jamaica Labour Party used its majority in the House of Representatives to push through the bill on Tuesday evening. Fitz Jackson, opposition spokesman on matters concerning Portmore and a member of parliament for St. Catherine Southern, has charged that the bill is simply a power grab by the government.
Today for Portmore, tomorrow for Westmoreland, Hanover, or any other parish in this country. That's where we are going, and we can't allow that to happen. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I will say, should the government remain in its state of power drunkenness, proceed to enact this, we will meet the government in the courts. And, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the opposition, I am serving notice that when the People's National Party forms the next government, we will repeal this act. And we will allow the people of Portmore to determine their destiny, their form of government, because the will of the people must always prevail.
56 assorted rounds of ammunition, M16 rifles, seized in an abandoned building in Central Village. The police in St. Catherine on Tuesday seized the 56 assorted rounds of ammunition and an M16 rifle in an abandoned building during an operation in McBride Hill, Central Village. Reports from the Central Village Police are that about 3 p.m., lawmen were in the area when they searched the abandoned building. During the search, the M16 rifle, 13 9mm rounds, and the 43 5.56 rounds of ammunition were found inside the building. No one was taken into custody in relation to the seizure. The investigation is ongoing. Another security breach at Retirement Primary School leaves the stakeholders on edge. Stakeholders at Retirement Primary School in St. Elizabeth are on edge following another breach of the school's security by a man said to be of unsound mind who wounded an employee. The incident occurred about 2:30 Tuesday afternoon, shortly before dismissal. According to reports, this was the same man who had entered the compound several times before. This time he was confronted by an auxiliary employee. During the confrontation, the auxiliary employee was wounded by the intruder. Parents were alerted and had to escort their children off the school premises. A report was made to the Magotty Police. Parent Teachers Association President Shannon Hilton told the news that parents are concerned about the safety of their children while at school. Tuesday's incident has reignited concerns about the unfulfilled promise of a perimeter fence at the school. The Education Ministry in 2022 pledged to erect a fence at the school following an attack on the former principal by the same intruder, which resulted in her being hospitalized. The delay also led to parents withdrawing their children from the school for a week to protest the urgent need for fencing. Police report success as the St. Catherine SOEs end. Assistant Commissioner Christopher Phillips, head of the Area 5 Police, says the states of public emergency that were imposed in the St. Catherine South and the St. Catherine North Police divisions have yielded major success in the crackdown on gang activities in the parish. Speaking at a press briefing Tuesday afternoon, ACP Phillips disclosed that the security forces have been targeting gangs in multiple operations under the SOEs, which ended on Tuesday. In the St. Catherine South Division, 2 firearms, including an M16 rifle, along with 9 rounds of ammunition, were seized. He said 51 people were also detained, 4 of whom were charged. They include Damien Todd and Karen Hacker, otherwise called the Killer Reds, both charged with murder in relation to a triple killing in Central Village. They are also charged with possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition.
2 firearms, to include 1 M16 rifle, were seized along with 9 ammunition. A total of 51 persons were detained. Of that, 4 were charged, and I will highlight those who were charged on some of the offenses. Damien Todd and Karen Hacker, OC Killer Reds, both charged for the offense of murder. This in relation to the triple murder in Central Village that you are aware of, and possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Devon Butler, OC Ratty, charged with the offense of wounding with intent, possession of prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Glendon Amos, OC Bull, who was wanted for murder by the St. Catherine North Police, was charged. Kevin McCallum, music producer of Beacon Hill Thompson Pen, charged for wounding with intent, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony, assault at common law, and attempted murder. Also on the list, TJ Powell of Yuatan, charged for robbery with aggravation, unlawful wounding, malicious destruction of property, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition. He was also wanted for double murder and shooting with intent in the parish of St. Mary.
Jamaica could recruit nurses from the Philippines, says Tufton. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is not opposed to the possible recruitment of foreign nurses, particularly from the Philippines. But the Health Minister says locals are being prioritized in ongoing efforts to fill vacancies in the health sector. The sector has been experiencing a high turnover, with 500 nurses having left since 2018, prompting mass recruitment efforts by the government. Dr. Tufton, who was providing an update on the ministry's Career Expo and Employment Fair held last month, explained that the exercises coincided with the signing of an agreement with the Philippines for faculty exchanges, specialist training, and knowledge and experience sharing in epidemiology, biotechnology, and healthcare management, among other areas. When asked by opposition member Dr. Maurice Guy whether the government would also consider the employment of nurses from the Asian country, Dr. Tufton explained that if the immediate gaps cannot be filled by local professionals, then the government must look elsewhere.
We want to engage our people first, even before we seek to encourage and invite others to come in. But I don't think we can leave that off the table either, to be totally frank. As you know, we have over 300 Cuban healthcare workers here in Jamaica, and we do have from other nationalities. Part of the wider global health strategy is going to be to offer as much opportunities to our locals, which is why the expo is important among the high schoolers and so on. That's a longer term vision. But to fill the immediate gaps, if we can't source locally, we have to explore other options. And I think the Philippines is a worthy partner, because on a per capita basis, they only compare with Jamaica in terms of the export of healthcare workers to the world. on a per capita basis, they being a bigger country, of course. We're building out hospitals now, which will give us more clinical rotation space. The Philippines has over 400 hospitals for the 100+ million population. They have enough space to allow for some clinical rotation. So our people can go there, as well as access to their faculty, either remotely or in person. So that's the first idea.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.